At the European Athletics Championships in Rome 2024, the women's 4x400m relay heats brought together some of the fastest sprinters in Europe. This event is one of the most exciting races in athletics. It's not just about individual speed, it's about teamwork, precision, and the perfect baton exchange. Each runner has one lap to give everything. 400 meters of pure effort, where every stride matters and every second can decide the race. Among the strongest teams was the Netherlands, featuring Lieke Klaver, Kathleen Peters, Lisanne de Witte, and Femke Bol. Known for their powerful finishes and incredible speed, the Dutch athletes once again showed why they are one of the dominant relay teams in Europe. Ireland also delivered a strong performance with Sophie Becker, Rasidat Adeleke, Phil Healy, and Charlene Maudsley, combining explosive speed with impressive teamwork. Belgium joined the battle with Naomi van den Broek, Imke Verweyt, Cynthia Bolingo, and Helena Ponnet, pushing the pace and fighting for every position on the track. In the 4x400 relay, the pressure is intense. One perfect run can lift the entire team, while a single mistake can change everything. As the runners approach the final lap, the stadium fills with energy. The crowd rises, the speed increases, and the final meters become a test of pure determination. This is more than just a race. It is speed, teamwork, and the relentless spirit of athletes chasing victory on the track.
So they're away now. And it's the Dutch, Saalberg. Saalberg leading the way, but it doesn't unwind, of course, for the first leg. He only gets into the second leg before the stagger unwinds. But Saalberg running well at this moment. He was Saalberg. And the Germans running well at this stage as well. Scheer. Just look at see who hands over first. It's looking as though the Germans will exchange first. From Scheer to Alicia Schmidt. Poles now. And the Norwegians coming through very strongly as well. So it's Ertsegard. It is the Poles with Maria Popovic-Drapala. They're all filed in single file behind the Polish leader.
Well, it's a difficult heat to call, really, because the Netherlands are without Femke Bol and Lieke Klaver, their two fastest athletes. Czechia without Lord's Glory Emanuel and Nada Vondrova, their two fastest athletes. And the Poles, obviously the Olympic champions, with Baumgart Witan taking up the baton now, and Justina Svati-Ercevic, but hasn't been the best few years for them since then, as we see the Czechs appear to drop the baton, picking it back up. And so yes, Poland just haven't had the best couple of years. I think that was kind of their high point, their peak at the Olympic Games, and winning European titles as well. Formidable quartet over the years, but not quite at that level just now.
No, perhaps not quite at that level, but they did get second in the World Relays, which was extremely competitive. Second on the European list this year with 3:24.71. As we're now looking at Inga Baumgart-Witan coming through, and they've got Justina Svati-Ercevic on the last leg, and the Poles putting together a very, very good run indeed. Baumgart-Witan, the second leg runner when they took the silver medals back in 2022, and it's the very familiar figure of Justina Svati-Ercevic now to try and bring the Polands home. The Swedes and the Portuguese getting tangled up. So Germany on the last leg, it's de Mees. De Mees, very good emerging 400-meter runner. Closing down on the Germans though, it's Annelies Juhl, but it's still the Poles well in front now. Now Poland rounding the Germans, trying to get up on their shoulder. For the Netherlands, Lisette de Wit. De Wit, stalwart of their relay teams in the past, but she's down in fourth place at the moment. And it's the battle at the front between the Poles And the Germans and Norway, as we expected, because they're an emerging quartet. Now De Witt coming through strongly. De Witt just gets the reigning champions through to the final as automatic qualifiers, but it's Poland.
At the European Athletics Championships Roma 2024, the women's 4x400 relay heats bring together some of the fastest athletes in Europe. 4 runners, 1 baton, 1 lap each to give everything for their team. As the race begins, the tension is already high. In this heat, strong national teams line up on the track: Poland, Germany, the Netherlands, Norway, and Finland. Every team knows that only the fastest will move on to the final. The first runners explode out of the blocks, fighting for position in the opening meters. The pace is aggressive from the very start, as every athlete tries to give her team the best possible advantage. Poland shows impressive speed and control, with athletes like Natalia Kaczmarek and Justyna Święty-Ercetic representing one of the strongest relay squads in Europe. Germany also pushes hard through the first laps, with talented runners such as Alika Schmidt and Luna Bullmann keeping the pressure on their rivals. The Netherlands, known for their powerful relay team featuring stars like Femke Bol, Lieke Klaver, Kathleen Peters, and Lisanne de Witte, maintain a strong rhythm as the race unfolds. Norway and Finland refuse to fall behind, fighting for every meter on the track. The baton exchanges become the most critical moments of the race. Perfect timing and teamwork can gain valuable seconds, while even the smallest hesitation can change the outcome. As the final runners receive the baton, the stadium energy rises. The anchors push through the last 400 meters with pure determination. With the finish line approaching, every athlete digs deep, sprinting through exhaustion for her country. Moments later, emotions take over: relief, celebration, and exhaustion, after one of the most demanding relay races in athletics.
Nice hot breeze coming through just slightly.
Alex, big surprise, no British squad in these two 4x400 meter heats.
Yes, opting out as a team in order to focus on the Paris Olympic Games, both collectively and individually. Of course, we have seen the likes of Lavia Nielsen in the 400 final, but yes, very interesting to note.
But Britain ran in the world relays.
They did. So, Hungary, Switzerland, France, Ukraine, Ireland, Italy, Spain, and Belgium. Again, fairly wide open this, but yes, such is Ireland's depth in women's 400 meter running these days that they can afford to rest Rashida Adeleke and still have a very strong chance of going through. Sophie Becker with that new personal best of 51.13 in Belfast, and she already has 4 times top 8s in the relay at the Olympics or World Championships, and Becker looking strong, but she might have been disappointed, of course, not to be in that mixed relay quartet. Maudsley and Adeleke getting the nod. Belgium going well, though, early on, right on this outside as the stagger continues, Tim.
Yeah, Belgium going really well. Brilliant leg from Naomi van der Broek. I think she'll hand over first. Good leg from the Irish lead-off athlete too, Sophie Becker. She's had a real stormer.
So we'll see when they hug the inside whether Belgium are indeed leading. Phil Healy, again another who's been a great representative of the Irish team in recent years, who might have been disappointed not to fully share that success, although they are part of the same team, of course, and they win and lose as a squad. Healy has had some injuries, she's had some illness over the last few years, but trying to get back to her best. An athlete who has a background in Gaelic football and camogie, a female version of hurling, so I'm told. But Belgium from Ireland, from Spain, and then Italy back in 4th place. France back in 5th. We saw some incredible women's 4x4 races across European Championships last year. France winning the under-20s and under-23s with amazing comebacks.
Fabulous final 50, 70 metres there from the Italian second leg runner Giancarlo Trevisan, and she hands them over in 2nd place, although Ireland have slotted back into 2nd place themselves. The Belgians away here, going brilliantly, but of course watching this with their hearts in their mouths, the Norwegian and Finnish squads 4th and 5th in the first heat, Alex.
Yes, and what's amazing about this Belgian performance is that their fastest 2 runners are on the final 2 legs. Cynthia Bolingo setting the national record of 49.96 at the World Championships in Budapest last year. They're closing her down, though. You've got Cadden of Ireland there. Hervas will take over the baton for Spain. Santidioran just tiring a little bit here as Italy start to come through with Borga. So, final leg here, Camilla Laus, a fantastic 800 runner, as well as over the one lap, 2:01.35 and 51.49, those respective PBs. So you'd expect her to have good speed endurance here.
Well, you can't take any chances, Alex. You've got to get in the first three. 4 teams in this second heat made the final 2 years ago. Spain made the final 2 years ago, in third at the moment, but Ireland breathing down their neck in fourth.
Yeah, Charlene Maudsley now sub 51 seconds for 400 meters, and now she's experienced. I remember they gave her the baton at the European Team Championships as a teenager, did the 4x1 and the 4x4, and of course she's going to squeeze through on the inside here, but they're all closing on Laus, who I thought would hold on. Maudsley on the inside, Brossier coming through as well, trying to fight with Laus. Terrific once again from Charlie.
As the race comes to an end, the results of this intense heat begin to take shape. The teams pushed their limits across all 4 legs, showing incredible speed, discipline, and teamwork on the track in Rome. For some athletes, this race means qualification for the next round and a chance to fight for medals at the European Championships. For others, it is the end of their journey in this event, but also a performance to be proud of on one of Europe's biggest athletic stages. Every runner gave everything for her country, carrying the responsibility of the baton and the hopes of the team across 400 demanding meters. The women's 4x400-meter relay once again proves why it is one of the most exciting events in athletics. Speed, teamwork, and determination, all coming together in a race where every second matters.